Good evening, and welcome to the Chief Theater, home of the Swanton Players, and tonight's performance of Jack and Grace, an original play by Michael Zubler. We would like to thank our sponsors, Drummond Community Bank and Becky Gill. We would also like to thank Ricky and Fred's Almost New Furnishing and Haven Hospice for some of the set pieces. Today's music is being played live by Aiden and Nicholas Messina.
I'm here for the caretaker job.
Yes, come in. Oh, don't bother. He won't even know you're there. Daddy hasn't been aware of anything in almost 2 years. After Mom died, he just seemed to slowly disappear. It started out as depression and got nothing but worse. This year, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It's worked double time on him. 61 years old and dead. His body just doesn't know it yet. Look, we've got a plane to catch. He's easy to care for. Just feed him twice a day, give him a sponge bath twice a week. Have a lot of books. It's 24/7. But he's really no trouble at all. He just sits there, quiet, never says a word. Everything you need to know is in the notebook.
Thank you. I hope I'm doing the right thing here. I hate being away from home. But I'll get through this and go back to Nevada. This experience should help me get a job there.
Well, I'm off. Cab's here. Look, it won't be so bad. He'll be gone soon and you can move on. Don't bother calling me when he dies. I've done my grieving.
Hello, Mr. Adams. My name is Grace, and I'll be taking care of you. I went to school to learn home health care. This is kind of actually my first real job. I live all the way in Nevada. This is actually my first time away from home, too. So if I do anything wrong, just let me know. It says here, Jack, that you were an engineer. Very smart indeed. 170 IQ? Wow. You got married at 20 to your high school sweetheart, Louise. You were married 35 years then. She died in an accident coming home from Atlanta. You got sick after that and declined very quickly. I'm so sorry, Mr. Adams. I hope I can meet a man with your dedication to family one day. And then there's your daughter, Dorothy. She told me to feed you twice a day, but I'm hungry, so I'll go fix us a snack. All right, Jack, it's chicken noodle.
Your soup is as good as always, dear. And you're looking especially beautiful today.
Hello, Mr. Adams. My name is Grace. I'm your home health care nurse.
What day is it today? I seem to have forgotten. And heaven knows I don't want to forget a day with you. You know, this vacation is going to be over with soon enough. You know, I love you as much now as I did the first day we met. You remember that day, don't you? That was the first day I ever felt anything about anyone. God, I was a miserable kid. Just too smart for my own good.
Let me take the bowl back to the kitchen, Mr. Adams.
Okay. Bye-bye. See you later.
So, Mr. Adams, tell me again about how you... Oh, well, maybe another time.
Day one went well, I think. Mr. Adams was lucid for a short time. He really must have loved his wife. He just lit up when he talked to her. He seems like a sweet man. I guess his daughter couldn't stand to watch him die like this. It must be very difficult dealing with this disease. No cure, and it's very cruel. It takes away all dignity, leaves the person as helpless as the day they were born.
It's soup time again, Jack. Chicken vegetable this time.
I've been thinking about my life and how I lived it. God, I was mean to people. You know, I really wish that I could look up everyone who I was mean to so I could apologize to them. See, there was this kid named Jerry. Didn't have much of a mind for math. For me, it just came natural. I made fun of him, called him stupid. And then there was Jenny. She wasn't very attractive and made sure that she knew it. So many kids. So many opportunities to be mean. You know, my parents, they knew that I was smart, but well, they couldn't afford to put me in a private school where I'd fit in. So they spoiled me. From elementary to junior high, God, I was a bastard. Just a little bastard, and I didn't care. Not at all. Then came high school. And I remember the first day that I saw you. All of a sudden, I was dumb as a rock. And then you looked back at me and you melted away all my meanness. You changed my life, sweetheart. And I couldn't imagine living a minute without you in it.
Mr. Adams, I wish I had been a part of your life. You know, when you and Louise were both active and happy. It must have been a fairy tale love. I didn't say this before, but when I left Nevada, I left my boyfriend. I've only been gone a few weeks. I left off a week and I stayed with my grandma. And then I came straight here. He said he'd wait for me, but I talked to my mom this morning and she said he's been seeing Betty, my best friend. So I was really surprised. But then you told me this beautiful love story you fell into, and I know there's someone, somewhere, just waiting for me to save him from being a sorry bastard, like you might have been, if not for Louise.
Day 29, and I'm getting to know Mr. Adams pretty well. He seems to come out of his prison every so often and talk to me as if I'm Louise. I find myself looking forward to these times. I feel privileged to have him look at me as if I were her. In these few moments, I wish I were Louise. I cry when he goes back into his alone world. I hope Louise is by his side. I wish I knew what brought him out of this world and into mine. I could sit and listen to him for hours. I never knew my dad, but this man could fill the void, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. I'm so glad I took this job. I feel like I'm really doing some good.
Come on, Jack. It's been 2 weeks since our last talk. Please wake up. Please talk to me, Jack. Please. Talk to Louise again. This time with you has been so precious to me. I wish I were Louise. I wish I were your daughter. I wish I had been part of your life when it really mattered. I thought I understood why Dot left, but now I don't see how she ever could. If I were your daughter, I'd want to be holding your hand the moment you died. I'd never want you to forget just how much I loved you.
There, dear. Don't cry. I'm sorry I was gone so long, but it was a big job. But never again. You know, being away from you is makes me realize just how much I love you and how miserable I am when I'm not with you. Don't cry. Never again. Never again.
Damn this thing. Damn this disease. Damn it to hell. God, why Jack? He didn't deserve this. Louise didn't deserve to die either. Why couldn't they just live their lives in peace, together? Why did I even come here? In these past few months, I've grown to love this man as if he were my father. And now I have to just watch him die? I can't do this. I just can't. Hello?
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm good. How's it going there?
I'm fine.
How's it going with your patient?
Mr. Adams is easy to care for. He's not very active. It's mostly just feeding and cleaning. Anyways, so what's been going on over there?
I talked to Joe today.
Joe? What about him?
He says he wants to see you.
No, Mom. I don't want to talk to him.
Well, I really think you should do.
Why should I? After the way he treated me?
You know what? That was a misunderstanding.
Oh, so you're saying that you were wrong.
Well, yeah, sort of.
I mean, is he still seeing Betty?
No. He says he's only interested in you.
Yeah, well, he should have thought of that before cheating on me.
Oh, come on, please. It really was just a misunderstanding, Grace. Please just let him explain.
Mom.
I didn't have all the facts.
Mom.
I think you should just let him explain.
Mom, just stop it,
Don't you
okay?
still have feelings for him?
It doesn't matter how I feel, Mom.
Just let him explain, Grace, will you?
Fine. I'll call him tomorrow.
Good.
And then I'll hang up on him.
Well,
I'm sorry, Mom, but that's the best I can do.
all right. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. What am I gonna do, Jack? Joe wants to get back with me, but I just don't know.
So I heard Dot called yesterday. I told her that you would call her back without speaking to me first. I didn't want to influence you with my brilliance. Let's see, this is boyfriend number 4. Oh yeah, that's it. It's the one she should have stuck with too. I mean, she goes off to school for 4 years and expects him to do what? Sit around the house all night and wait for him? I said, give the kid a break, but oh no. So, he goes out with her best friend. She drops him, boom, that's it. Now, 10 years later, he shows up at NASA, where she's working. He's working for a contractor that they've hired. Seems that, well, you know, now he gets to tell her what happened. Now all the mystery gets to be answered, all those questions. It just was, you know, very simple. Donna, the friend, and him, they were lonely. they were missing her, and so they just went out to keep each other company. Nothing serious, just very platonic. Now she knows what that damn temper of hers cost her. 10 years. 10 years of loneliness. Then she learns that even 10 years later, he hasn't gotten married yet. He tells her that he's never found anyone to fill the void that she left within him. 10 years because of that damn temper. Well, at least she called that friend of hers. Damn lucky they both love her. Can you believe that kid? Well, lucky for me, you stuck with me. I mean, yeah, you melted away my meanness, but there wasn't a damn thing you could do about my stupidity. You stuck with me through the stupid years. Oh, honey, if they're angels, you've got to be one of them. Oh, I put in my retirement papers today, and I got that kid pretty well trained. I know I said 6 months, but I can't wait. You know, once we go on vacation, it becomes a permanent one. We're gonna drive through every state. No planes, no trains. It's just gonna be the two of us. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna, we'll stop wherever you want. I promise. Even those damn yard sales. We're just going to take our time. I'll make sure that we put the house on the market, and I'll have the RV ready to be picked up at the dealership, and you'll be back from Atlanta in 2 weeks. And after that, it's going to be the two of us on the road again.
How could he know? How could he possibly know? But you're right, Jack. I should call Joe and let him explain. Just don't want to.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's me.
Oh, thanks for calling.
Yeah, well, Mom said you wanted to talk to me.
What did you hear?
I just heard you've been seeing Betty, and I was hurt. Really surprised.
Well, you didn't call me.
What did you expect me to do? Why didn't you call me?
Well, I didn't have your number, Grace, but who did tell you anyway?
I heard it from Mom.
Yeah, she heard it from one of your friends, and, well, she didn't get the true story. Are you still mad?
Sorta, but I just want to hear your side of things.
We're just friends, Grace.
Just friends, huh?
Yeah, I'm not interested in her as a, girlfriend.
Well, Bess isn't exactly ugly. And I do recall a time where you had your eye on both of us.
She's involved with some guy right now.
Really? I didn't know. I mean, is she serious about it?
Looks that way.
Well, good for her. Look, Joe, I'm sorry. I guess I just expected you to sit around and, wait for me by yourself.
Really? All by myself.
Yeah, Selfish, I know. Look, here's the deal. Go out, have a good time. Just take Bets and her boyfriend as a chaperone.
I've missed you, Grace. I mean, you do know that I still really care about you.
Yeah, I know. And I miss you too. But you have my number now, so call me sometime, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Jack, you were right. I guess I did let my insecurities override my lack of good sense. Maturity comes with a price. Thank you, Jack.
Day 65. I find myself sitting by Jack most of the day, leaving his side long enough to take care of my own needs and fixing him soup. I've lost weight, which normally wouldn't be a bad thing, but right now, I just don't care. Jack talked to me last night, or Louise to be more precise, recanting once again about retirement. No rush, he said. Take your time. We have all the time in the world, just you and me. Life can be so cruel. He lived his life just for her. Worked to have money to take her anywhere she wanted to go. Nothing for himself, just her. God, what I would give for a love like that.
Jack? Jack? Where are you, Jack? Jack? Come on.
Louise! Louise!
Yes,
Louise?
Jack. I'm here. What's wrong?
Oh, God, babe. I had a nightmare. I believe I dreamed you were dead. That you were killed in an automobile accident. I wanted to die. I prayed to die. Well, honey, life isn't worth living without you. You saved me from myself, from being a monster, from being a selfish, lonely monster. But you're here now. Don't ever leave. Don't leave.
I'm here, Jack. I'll never leave you.
Don't leave.
Ever. I'm not sure it's Alzheimer's anymore. You really meant it when you said you had no life without her. Was it depression or a broken heart? Was she really feeling a void that no one else ever could? Can a person really love someone that much? That deeply? That completely? Louise is a very lucky woman to have you love her that much. Have you any idea, Jack, just how many people would give up everything to have, just for a moment, the kind of love you two had and still have. I know that Louise loved you that much too. I know she did. I know she did because I do.
Day 90. The last few weeks have been tiring. Getting Jack back to semi-reality has been difficult. I read to him, talk about my life so far, my mom, my boyfriend, my college years. I tell him all my secrets, and every once in a while, Jack will speak. He'll tell Louise how beautiful she is, her fair skin, her blonde hair, her slender frame. This was a man so in love with his wife that he was totally devoted to her happiness. As much as he loved his job, the traveling, the excitement, he would give it all up to spend the rest of his life with her. She never asked him to leave his career. She was just totally in love with him too, and willing to give up whatever was necessary for his happiness. The perfect union, the perfect relationship, the perfect love. I find my heart breaking for them every day. I don't know how much of this sadness I can take. I fight the depression every moment of the day. I cry for them. So few years together. I wonder why I'm here to witness this end, this tragedy of the human experience. Why am I here to be crushed by the final moments of this gentle, sweet man's life? A man who wanted nothing more than just time with his wife.
Hello.
Hey, babe. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. When will you be home again?
I'll be home tomorrow night.
Good.
Have you called Grace yet?
No, I haven't. I know it won't be long and it's breaking my heart.
You've got to, babe. You'll be sorry if you don't.
I almost called today, but I just...
Grace must be going through hell right now.
I know what she's going through. She's young, she's new at this. She has no emotional attachment to Dad.
All right. Call. And do it soon, before it's too late.
I will. I'll call soon.
You too.
Louise? Louise?
Miss Jack, I'm here.
I've been thinking. You know, we really ought to let Dot have the house instead of selling it. I mean, we'll be traveling in the RV, but, you know, every once in a while it'd be nice to have a break, and this way we could come back here and spend time with her. What do you think? Oh, would you get me my atlas, please? I've outlined some routes that will take us through the back roads and the small towns, and oh, the mountains are going to be beautiful this time of year. You know, you could teach me to ice skate, maybe even snow ski. Oh, when I think about all the years that I wasted learning how to make money. And I never learned how to have fun. And how patient you were with me. Not having any fun at all. Well, I tell you right now, those days are over with. You and me, excitement all the time.
Day 95, and Jack is getting weaker. Hospice came by today. They said it wouldn't be much longer. I've cried so much, I swear I've run out of tears. Sometimes I just wish I had never came here. I love this man. The first thing they teach you is don't get emotionally involved with the patients. It's just a job. When one is done, move on to the next. Oh, compassion is a must. The families need to see the compassion, but you can't let the patients get to you.
Not so good. Mr. Adams he's falling fast.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, sweetie. You've become really fond of Mr. Adams, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm really having a hard time with it. He's a wonderful man, Mom. The more I find out about his life, the more I see that.
Well, Gracie, I really don't want to add to your hard time, hon, but there's something that I need to talk to you about, and it's kind of important.
Okay.
I talked to your father.
What?
Well,
Why did he call?
he's in town, and he called this morning, and he says he wants to see you.
And you think that's okay?
Well, hon, it's been 19 years.
Yeah, I know. I was 3 when he left. I never know, but I sure as hell don't want to know now.
Well, you know what, Grace? Okay, there was a reason for all that, and he wants to explain it to you.
Mom, stop it.
You really listen. You know what? It has been a long time, and he is trying to reach out, and I think that you could just hear.
Mother, I have to go. I hear Mr. Adams.
Wait a minute. No, you need to. You
Goodbye, Mom.
need to listen to me. Grace. Oh, well, that was.
Jack, I'm so mad I could just spit. She got off the phone with my mom. She says my dad called and he wants to see me. He left when I was 3 years old. Never heard a word from him. And now he tries to see me? And my mom thinks it's okay. How could she, after all this time? Son of a bitch, Jack. I waited for that man. Every birthday, every Christmas for 9 years. I gave up when I turned 13, and from that point on, he was dead to me. Dead.
Yeah, Louise. I knew your mom real well. You know, both of us kind of left you in a way. For me, it was work. Same thing. Dot sees me as a part-time father. I've been there for birthdays and Christmas, but damn, it's not the same thing. One of my few regrets. You know, it may have taken a long time for your mother to come back and explain what happened, knowing that you were going to reject her. But she did. It took a lot of guts. You see, you thought she left because she was disappointed, because she wanted a boy. She got a girl. Now the truth surprised me. Alcoholic. Ugly word. Ugly disease. Some people, they don't admit it. They don't reach out for help. And so they just drink and they abuse their spouse or their kids or both. Remember how mad you were when she came back. Let's see. You were 30, 35. God, you were pissed. when you were mad at your father and you couldn't understand why he would accept her back. And that's when you learned the other truth. See, your mother loved you so much. She was willing to do whatever it took to protect you, to save you from her. See, she's been sober now, what? 20 years.
Jack, you're amazing. It seems like every time something comes to knock me down, you're there to save me from the crash. I'll call Mom back and I'll find out the truth.
Hello?
Hey Mom, it's me. I've calmed down and I'm ready to listen.
All right. Well, he was an addict, Grace.
Addict.
Yeah. He got hooked on heroin not long after we were married.
I'm so sorry, Mom. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I guess we just both felt you were too young to understand.
So you just decided? Well, you were both wrong. I should have been told. When I was 13 years old and tearing up Dad's pictures, I should have been told then. I was old enough to understand.
Well, okay, but wait, this man couldn't face anything. He couldn't face his life or his family, himself. I mean, he sure as heck didn't want to hurt you.
Okay, I guess I can understand that, but is he clean now?
Yeah, over 2 years, he said.
Why did he wait so long?
Well, I guess after being off of it for 2 years, he felt like he really kicked it.
Look, Mom, my time here is it's almost over. So,
You still there?
yeah. I'll call you. We'll talk about this whenever I get home, okay?
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Love you, honey.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Samuel showed no sign of observing any changes. I can't understand the first two, he said thoughtfully, but the third escapes me. He said, I know it's hard to believe, but it has happened so often to me and my friends that Hello?
Hello, Grace. This is Dot.
Oh, hi, Dot. How are you, sweetie?
I'm fine. I'm sorry I didn't call sooner. I couldn't think about Dad without crying. I've been crying for 2 years. First Mom, then while Dad's been fading away. Please don't think I don't care because of the way I left. I couldn't take it any longer. I'm so sorry. Dad,
It's okay.
Dad's gonna be a grandfather and he doesn't even know it. I got married last year. Please forgive me.
I understand completely, darling. I mean, when your dad talks about your mom, I'm just enchanted by his stories, and he really feels guilty about not spending enough time with you.
Don't believe that. He always beat himself up for working long nights and some weekends. I always had more time with my dad than my friends had with their fathers. When I was with him, he was my world, and I was his. He was my hero. How is he, really?
I'm sorry to say that, but he's not good at all. And if I could be completely honest, your dad's, he's not just a patient anymore. He's more like family.
My dad had that effect on everyone. Look, I know that no one's come to see him in the past three months, but it's not because they didn't want to. I told everyone to come see him last year while he could still talk. After that, I said no more visitors. I didn't want people seeing him this way or remembering him this way.
I understand.
Look, I'd be very pleased if you'd sit with me at the funeral. I know it sounds cruel to talk about it, but it's a reality we have to face.
I'd be honored, Dot. And I did wonder why no one came to see him, but I do understand why you did it. His dignity has been stolen from him, and no one should see him like this.
I want to thank you, Grace, for all you've done and all you're going through. I have to go now, but I promise to keep in touch. Bye.
I'll talk to you soon then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Yes. Where? They didn't bury her naked, did they? A struggle of effort cost. Hello?
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hi, Mom. How are things?
I'm good. Hey, listen, I know you may not be totally ready to talk to your dad yet, but he's got to go back to his mission for a while, and he wants to talk to you before he goes. You think I could give him your number?
I don't know, Mom. I just don't think I'm ready for that yet.
I know, but he's really scared that you won't accept him at all, and he just needs, he just wants some reassurance that you're going to at least see him, at least when he comes back, Grace. Please talk to him. Please, can you just do this?
Fine.
Really?
Yeah, he's not married. Tell him to call me or something.
Good, okay, I will do that. That is wonderful. You won't regret it. I am so proud of you, Grace. It's great.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, you won't regret it, sweetie.
All right, I'll
All
talk to
right.
you later.
Bye.
Bye. I already do. A wave passed over my head, and I went down and down until I thought I would never behold the day again. The ship was far away when I rose. Only the sails showed through the spray. I was still clutching the basket. Hello?
Hello, Grace. It's me, your father.
Hello, Roger. I don't have much time to talk. I was reading to Jack. Mom said you wanted to talk to me?
Yeah, I actually had a lot I wanted to talk to you about, but I'll keep it short. Look, I can't tell you how sorry I am about how I messed up my life, and yours and your mother's too. I just wanted to fit in with the guys, young, stupid. I was so strung out I didn't know what I was doing most of the time. I was just in a stupor. And I still would be, except your mother sent me a picture of you on your 16th birthday. That's when I realized how much time had passed, how much I'd missed. So I put myself in a rehab place. I figured I was going to kick this thing or die trying. I kept the picture in front of me for 4 years. It was the only thing I could see through the pain of withdrawal. It kept me sane. And finally, I saw the light of a sober day after 17 years. All I could think about was you. I just had to see my little baby girl again. Look, I don't blame you if you hate me. Hell, I hate me. But if I could just see you again, if I could just talk to you for just a few minutes, then if you never want to see me again, I'll understand.
Listen, this isn't gonna be easy for me. I spent 10 years waiting on you, and over 9 years hating you. I won't lie, but I've had some really great advice from a man that I care a great deal about. So, when you get back, we'll meet at Mom's and we'll talk then, okay? Is that good for you?
Yeah, that's more than I can hope for, Grace. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dad. We'll talk soon.
Okay, Grace.
Bye.
Bye, Grace.
Well, Jack, I just took a really big step, and I think it's the right one. That was my dad on the phone, and I agreed to meet with him. I just want to let you know that this is all you're doing. I was completely ready to. I had written him off. But your description of Louise's situation with her mom just really turned things over for me. I'm scared, Jack, and from his voice, so is he. I guess we'll just have to see where things go. Thank you, Jack. And good night.
So this blonde walks into a bar. Never mind. She wouldn't get it, Louise.
What has gotten into you, Jack? You seem in great spirits.
I don't know. I feel better about myself. Something. Beginning to see things clearer. For such a long time, everything is just so out of focus. You look different. Younger. But now, I see you perfectly. I tried to hide it, but I've been so sad. And I've done everything I could not to cry. But now I feel like I have a great weight lifted off of me. I feel I could fly.
Jack, this time with you has been so precious to me. I wouldn't have traded it for the world. Your wisdom has brought me through relationships that I would have just rejected. You talk about yourself as if you didn't deserve your wife of 35 years. No one has ever known what you two had, and still have in fact. I know you're not perfect, Jack, but no one is, and no true love has ever existed in modern times. A true fairy tale. I'm jealous of Louise. Did you know that, Jack? I cry tears of happiness for you. But bittersweet tears for me. Bitter because soon you'll be gone from me. But sweet because I know you'll be happy again.
The rest of our lives. Remember how we used to plan our lives? If I had it to do all over again, I'd be an accountant. I'd be home every night. Oh, the house wouldn't be so big. The neighborhood, not so nice. Holy crap, I'd be driving a Pinto. Well, maybe an old Volkswagen. But my time would be yours.
Day 99. This has been a life lesson for me. The depression is gone. I can see the future in a brighter light. I was so naive 3 months ago, so innocent of the world. Jack has opened my eyes to the potential of my life, of what I can do, of what's important. This has been a life-changing event. I always thought about what I could buy once I landed a good-paying job, all the stuff I could afford. Of course, I still want that stuff. As my Aunt Lil used to always say, money may not buy happiness, sugar, but at least you can suffer in comfort. But money is not the world anymore. I know why I'm here now. I was given a chance to see what life really is. I won't have to suffer the trials and tribulations of growing up after adulthood. I see how my father gave up his life for me and my mom. The man I grew to hate, I'll grow to understand, and eventually forgive.
Summer is the best time on the island of the Blue Dolphins. The sun is warm. Hello?
Hello, is this Grace?
Yes, ma'am?
Grace, this is Billy Grant. I'm Jack's mother-in-law. Do you have time to talk?
Yes, ma'am. I was just reading to him. What can I help you with?
I spoke with Jack several times last year, until Dot cut off the visits. I understand her reason behind it, but I was wondering if I could get an update in his condition.
I'm sorry to say, Miss Grant, but it's not looking too good. They're saying it's just going to be a couple more weeks.
I am so sorry to hear that. I've known Jack for 20 years. He saved my relationship with my daughter. He is truly a very special person.
If you don't mind me asking, Miss Grant, how difficult was it for Louise to... I'm sorry if this is really rude, but I'm sort of in a similar situation with my dad. How difficult was it for Louise to finally accept you?
It was hard. She resented the living hell out of me when I came back. She thought I'd relapse and leave her again. It took quite some time, but I finally regained her trust, and I feel it was well worth it for me and for her too.
Thank you, Miss Grant. I really needed to hear that. Listen, I'll call you if anything changes with Jack. But like I said, it's not going to be much longer.
Thanks, Grace. And if I may, give your old man a chance. I was so sure that Louise would reject me, that I had made plans to end my own pain. But ultimately she didn't, and she never regretted that decision. I made damn sure of that. I'm still straight and sober to this day. Well, once again, thank you for your time, and I'll await your call.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, Miss Grant. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Grace.
Hello?
Hey, Dot, it's me.
Oh, hey, Grace. How's Dad?
Not good at all. I think you need to come as soon as you can.
Carl and I have had a standing vacation for some time. We'll be there Friday.
All right, sweetie, I'll see you soon.
Carl, can you still take that vacation time we talked about?
Yeah, I'll tell the boss today. We can leave tonight. Are we gonna stay with Dad?
No, I don't want to interfere with how Grace is caring for Dad. We'll stay with Debbie. She understands the situation and made arrangements for us at the guest house.
She didn't like it, he said immediately. Of course she did. She didn't like it, he insisted. She didn't have a good time. He was silent, and I guess his unutterable depression. I feel far away from her, he said.
Hey, Dad. It's me.
Maybe taking some time away from work, huh?
Work slow.
Oh,
Came home to see you.
oh, you got a good job, baby. Mother and I we're proud of you. She'll be home on Monday. I'll make reservations at a nice restaurant. We'll spend time together.
That would be great, Dad. Carl and I would like that.
Carl? Oh, yeah. Oh, boyfriend. How things going?
They're going good. He came to Nassau with the contractor. We worked things out.
That's good, baby. I really hope this lasts. You know, your mother's looking forward to a grandchild to spoil.
Yeah, Dad. I can see that happening. Dad. Dad.
That's a long time for him. He hasn't spoken that much in a while.
When he wakes up, will you tell him he's going to be a grandfather? At least he'll know for a minute. I'll be back every day at noon to feed him. Maybe I can tell him myself.
Okay, sweetie.
Louise, moment. I have a clear vision now of where I am, where I'm going. My life's been good. A wife that I would give my life for. A daughter that I should have spent more time with, but turned out to be a fine woman. And soon, a great mother. I've lived a good life. My work's going to live on after me. But did I leave a mark? Will I be known by and remembered by anybody other than my daughter? I don't know. There's nothing I can do about that. If I died tonight, I wouldn't change a damn thing. I am what I lived. I have the love of my family, and I have your love too. I know you've told me so many times that you love me. Let me assure you now, I love you too. Grace, thank you.
Please rise for the family.
My dad was the light of my life. He was loving, patient, and understanding. His wisdom and amazing sense of humor was a gift more precious than anything in this world. Goodbye, Dad. You will live on forever in my heart. I love you.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Jack was a great man. He was very convincing. And most people don't know he was very well armed also. I didn't get a chance to reconnect with him, but I can tell you that he loved his daughter, and she thought the world of her. I can only hope that I can be as good a father as he was. Minus the guns, of course. Unless we have a daughter.
Jack was an amazing man. He will forever be in my heart. There are so many things I remember about him, but there were two things that I'll keep closest to my heart, and one was the love he had for his family, and two, that he never complained about my lack of cooking skills or my reading.
Hello, my name is Billy Grant, and I'm Louise's mother. Jack was a terrific man. Thanks to him, I was able to reconnect with my daughter. Louise was 35 when I came back into her life, and she wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. I couldn't blame her. But thanks to Jack had a way with gentle persuasion. It took a while, but with his special way of guiding people, she finally came around. My relationship with her was healed thanks to him. That's the kind of person that he was. I mourn Jack as much as I mourned Louise, but that's not the reason I'm here today. I have the honor of introducing the person who is going to deliver Jack's eulogy. Believe it or not, it's Jack himself. Shortly after Louise's funeral, Jack called me and told me he wanted to make a video. So we met at my studio. It was there that he shared with me he wanted to videotape his own eulogy. I was more than a little surprised. He initially was going to share it just with Dot, but he changed his mind. When we began taping, he came around the screen and he was butt naked. I took one look and exclaimed, "What the hell is this?" He looked down at himself and replied, "Damn! I forgot to get my birthday suit pressed." I howled. He howled. We stood there and laughed our heads off. When we finally regained our composure, he said to me, "Billy, that's how I want to be remembered. With laughter, not with tears. I want you to share my story and encourage others to do the same, so that no matter whenever or wherever my funeral is, I can hear laughter. Will you do that for me, Billy? With that, I give you Jack's video. And yes, I was able to talk him into putting on some clothes. Anytime you're ready, Jack.
All right. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm here delivering my own eulogy. I was originally doing this video for my daughter, but I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to have this thing heard at my funeral instead. So first, just let me say to Dot, I love you more than you'll ever know. And I'm sorry that we didn't spend that much time together. But the time that we did spend together was precious to me. So please forgive me for my absence, but when your mother died, I died with her. My whole future was planned around her, and like a fool, I thought that there would be times that I could make up for those stupid years of making money. The years that I thought money would serve us in our future. Doc, don't make that same mistake. Money is a necessary evil, but don't make it your life. I hope you marry that Carl fellow. He seems to love you very much. Spend as much time with him and as your children as you can, because you're never going to make that time up. Never. To everyone else who is here today, I've lived a fine life. I was married to the greatest woman that God ever put on this earth. We were married for 35 years. And she put up with me. That says a lot about her. I'm not the easiest person to live with, but she did it. And when she died, I could feel myself starting to slip away. Louise was my life for so many years. So to all of you, I'll say, don't wait until later to spend that time with the ones that you love, because you're never going to get it back. Again, one of my few regrets. But don't be sad here today. I want you to celebrate my life, my life with Louise and Dot. You know, at one time I worried that I wasn't going to leave a mark. Stupid me. My greatest achievement was my daughter. And with that, I had the strength to go on. But forgive me, Dot. I don't. My grief is so overwhelming that even now, anyway, I wouldn't change a thing. I've lived as I am, and I am, well, I died knowing that I've done my best. May all of you live and knowing that you've done your best. So to all of you who have cared enough to come here today, thank you, and goodbye.
That was my dad. Always had a good sense of humor. I'd like to share this poem with you that I wrote for him. There is a rainbow in my father's eyes.
There is a rainbow in my Father's eyes. It needs no earthly light to shine. For the light that makes the rainbows bright shines gently from within his mind. When he laughs, the colors change. When he smiles, they rearrange. The rainbow in his eyes shines brightly in the evening skies, and the light that makes his eyes so bright projects a rainbow in the dark of night.
Again, I'd like to thank you, Grace, for all you've done and all you've gone through. You saved me from a total breakdown. And thank you for letting me read your diary about Dad. It was wonderful. It's great to know that he had memories of my mother and I. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome, Dot. Like I said, your father added so much to my life and made such an impact on me and my maturity. I can honestly say he was like a dad to me. We must keep in touch. Take care. This is my last entry in this diary. I leave this place with a smile. I go home with the knowledge that I can and will love as Jack did. All it takes is the ability to accept that someone, somewhere, will care enough for me and me about him to make him my world and me his. To anyone who reads this diary, this is a happy book. If you walk away with tears of sadness, then you've missed the point. I leave this place with a smile. So thank you, Jack. Thank you so very much.
Don't leave yet. We want to thank Drummond Community Bank, Becky Gill, Vicky and Fred's Almost Nearly New, I think I murdered that name, and Haven Hospice for all the being sponsors and everything. And we have one more show at 2:30. If you liked what you saw tonight, tell your friends. We have one more show. If you didn't like the show, tell your enemies. And we have one more show at 2:30. That is a word from our sponsors. Let us now hear a word from the author, Michael Zubler, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all very much for coming out tonight. I hope you got a little something out of this. I have several people to thank for it. My aunt and my mother-in-law both suffer from the disease. That's where most of this came from. And of course, I have to thank my wife for giving me a lot of time to do this kind of stuff. Without that, I just couldn't have done it at all. I have a cast and assistant directors, Andy Kidd and Diana Childs, who put a lot of their own ideas into the characters, and it actually made it a better play than what I wrote, so I have to thank them. And if you want, we'll be up here if y'all want to come up and say hello to us. Otherwise, drive carefully and have a good evening.